talk about grudges today. Has anyone ever held a grudge against someone else, or just thought that somebody had just done something terribly, horribly wrong to you?
Yes.
Well, I have. But a grudge is a persistent feeling of ill will or resentment held by one person against another, often as a result of an injury or an insult. If you look in front of me, I've got rocks and I've got flowers. I found a story that I want to share with you, and we're going to be using the rocks and the flowers. So listen and you'll kind of figure out where it comes in. It's a story called Pocket Full of Rocks, and it's by Larry A. Hiller. A man decided to pick up a rock and put it in his pocket every time that he'd been wronged or someone made him angry. He did this to remind himself of how he felt. He started picking up rocks every time this happened until his pockets became so full that he had to start piling them in his house. His collection became so big that it covered most every part of his home. He even sometimes placed a rock in his bed so he could remember to be angry about an incident through the night. One day he received a call from a geologist thank you. Okay. That had heard about his collection and wanted to bring his class to see the rocks. Upon asking about the rocks, the professor in the class learned of how his collection came to be. "That is very interesting," said the professor, upon learning the origin of the collection. "Can we also see your other collection while we're here?" The man said he didn't have one, but wondering what the professor meant, he asked what other collection the professor thought he would have. The professor said, "I thought you would have a collection of things from all the times someone was kind or did something nice for you." This made the man think. He decided to get rid of his rocks and plant something in his yard every time someone was nice instead. His neighbors watched him haul off all of his rocks and loved his unexplained newfound love of gardening. Are we harboring rocks, or are we planting flowers? This is a good question to ask ourselves. If we're looking for fault, we're going to find it. If we're looking for good, we will find it. We're not perfect. People around us are not perfect. People do things that annoy, disappoint, and anger. In this mortal life, it will always be that way. Sometimes we can take offense so easily. On other occasions, we are too stubborn to accept a sincere apology. Who will subordinate ego, pride, and hurt, and then step forward with, "I am truly sorry"? Let us be as we once were, friends. Let's not pass to future generations the grievances and the anger of our time. We've had some bad storms this past week, and this could have happened this past week, it could have happened before, but a great giant walnut tree fell to splinters in a storm, and it was because of a splinter wedge. A splinter wedge is a triangle-shaped piece of wood or metal that they use to break open or split open a piece of wood. So one of them had been left between a limb and the tree, and then it was forgotten about. As the tree grew, it enveloped the wedge, which made it weak and vulnerable to destruction. So where do our hidden wedges originate? Could be unresolved disputes, which can lead to ill feelings followed by remorse and regret. It could be disappointments. It could be jealousies, or arguments, or imagined hurts. But we must solve them and lay them to rest and not have them canker, fester, and ultimately destroy. Confucius said, "To be wronged or robbed is nothing unless you continue to remember it. So that's what he said. Let's see what the Bible says. Leviticus 19 verse 18 says, "Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against anyone among your people, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord." And Ephesians 4 verses 31 and 32, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as Christ forgave you." The song I have today is one that I've sung before. Sherry, you can help me if you want. If you don't, that's fine too. But it's called "Love is Something If You Give It Away." It's also called "The Magic Penny." Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you end up having more. It's just like a magic penny, hold it tight and you won't have any. Lend it, spend it, and you'll have so many, they'll roll all over the floor. Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more.